Hello guys, welcome back. Today I am going to explain a sci-fi thriller movie Resident Evil. Spoilers ahead. By the beginning of the 21st century, Umbrella Corporation had become the largest company in America. In the eyes of the people, this company made computer technology and healthcare products, but even the employees of that company were unaware of the fact that most of the company's profit came from doing genetic experiments and preparing bioweapons for the military. Bioweapons such as dangerous viruses. All this work was done in a secret laboratory of Umbrella Corporation, which was called Hive. This hive was built about 1 kilometer below a city called Raccoon, where more than 500 people worked and all of them lived in the hive. One day in a lab of Hive, an unknown person was very carefully keeping some chemicals present there in a box. Some of those chemicals were blue and some were green. After keeping those chemicals in the box, he broke a bottle of blue chemical in that room itself and he immediately ran away from there. Within a few seconds, the chemical turned into a gas and the gas spread throughout the building through ventilation. The gas reached a room through ventilation where there were many caged dogs. As soon as they got a whiff of the gas, the dogs started barking continuously. By that time, all the workers of the hive had also returned to their work. At the same time, some scientists entered the lab where the unknown person had broken the chemical bottle. The security camera installed in the lab detected the chemical and the next moment, the fire alarm rang in the entire hive. All the doors of the hive got locked automatically, due to which the people in the hive were trapped wherever they were. Meanwhile, the lab where the chemical bottle was broken started getting showered with water. Within a short time, the room got filled with water and all the scientists drowned in it and died. Meanwhile, the fire extinguishing gas also started getting showered in the entire hive. That gas filled the sealed hive in large quantities, due to which all the people present there died of suffocation. A few hours after the tragic incident, in a deserted bungalow some distance away from Raccoon City, a girl named Alice woke up from unconsciousness in the bathroom. As soon as she woke up, she started looking at that place as if she was there for the first time. She got up and came in front of the mirror. She saw that there were marks of old wounds all over her body. She came to the bedroom looking at that place in surprise. She saw that there was a dress kept on the bed. Alice wore that dress and immediately came out of the bedroom. Outside in the hall, Alice saw her picture with a man. It was clear from the picture that the man was Alice's husband, but the surprising thing was that Alice neither recognized that man nor did she remember her marriage. Just then she heard someone coming from the door. She went towards the door in fear but she did not see anyone there. Suddenly a man caught hold of her and pulled her inside the house and started taking her somewhere forcefully, but in the meantime some armed soldiers broke the windows of the house and entered. They caught hold of that man and tied him in handcuffs. He threatened the soldiers and said that they were making a mistake by arresting him because he was a policeman. Hearing this, a soldier checked the man's police badge. His name was written as Matt on the badge, but when the soldier checked his name in the records of the police department, his name was not mentioned anywhere in the records. On this, Matt clarified that he has been posted in Raccoon City recently, so his name has not been recorded in the records yet. However, until it is confirmed that Matt is a policeman, the soldiers thought it best to keep him in handcuffs. After that, the commander of those soldiers came there and he shook Alice and asked her, "Soldier, what happened here? Tell me quickly the situation here." Hearing this, Alice was shocked. She could not understand why the commander was calling her a soldier. Then a soldier told the commander that a few hours ago, the defense system of this bungalow was activated, due to which a nerve gas that makes one unconscious spread here. Due to this, Alice became unconscious and due to the side effects of that gas, she also lost her memory. Hearing this, Alice asked, "Who are you people and what is happening here?" But the commander did not answer any of Alice's questions. The commander and the soldiers immediately took Alice and Matt to a secret basement of that bungalow. There was a big warehouse in that basement, so big that a long railway tunnel came out of that warehouse and a train was also standing there to go into that tunnel. The soldiers boarded that train with Alice and co and started moving forward in that dark tunnel. Meanwhile, as soon as a soldier opened a compartment of that train, a man came out from there and fell down. That man was unconscious. Alice saw that he was the same man whose picture she had seen in the bungalow. That man's name was Spence. At that very moment, Alice remembered some moments of her marriage with Spence. Spence regained consciousness, but like Alice, he too had lost his memory. After some time, they all reached a big warehouse from that train. The commander and his companions became alert and started moving towards a big door present there, but now Alice's patience had broken. She angrily asked the commander again, "Who are you people and what is happening here?" On this, the commander told them that Alice Spence and all those soldiers worked for the Umbrella Corporation and at this time they were closing the main door of the Umbrella Corporation's secret laboratory hive. After this, the commander showed them the map of the hive and told them that this huge hive is built about 1 kilometer below the surface and Raccoon City is situated right above it. The bungalow in which we met Alice is the emergency entrance of the hive. Alice and Spence are the security officers of that emergency entrance. Spence is not Alice's real husband, rather they both live in that bungalow like a normal husband and wife and protect it so that no one suspects that the hive's A is hidden in that bungalow. Hearing this, Alice further asked what had happened here and how did we lose our memory. On this, the commander told that this entire hive runs on computers and those computers are controlled not by any human but by the most advanced artificial intelligence ever created. That artificial intelligence has been named Red Queen. Red Queen has a self-defense system, i.e. some special defense weapons for the safety of herself and this hive. Who knows what happened in the hive a few hours ago that Red Queen activated the defense system of the hive. She sealed the entire hive and killed all the people present in the hive. More than 500 workers were killed. During this incident, she spread nerve gas in your bungalow along with the hive, due to the effect of which both of you fainted and you also lost your memory. However, we do not know why the Red Queen killed those people. We just got orders to close the Red Queen and we came here. Spence further asked the commander when our memory will return. On this, the commander said, "Don't worry, gradually your memory will return." Meanwhile, the soldiers broke the main door of the hive. After that, the commander and the soldiers entered the hive with everyone and started moving towards the Red Queen's chamber. However, they were all unaware that the Red Queen had also noticed them as soon as they came inside. Later, they reached the main lab of the hive. They saw that the entire lab was filled with water. The commander and the rest of the people were passing through that lab when suddenly they saw the body of a scientist floating in the water. Seeing that, they all got scared and retreated. After that, the commander immediately took everyone towards the Red Queen's chamber, but as soon as he left from there, the eyes of the corpse floating in the water suddenly opened. On the other hand, the commander took everyone to a big room. According to the map, that room should have been a dining hall, but there were big mechanical boxes kept everywhere in that room, meaning it was clear that there was something in those boxes that the company wanted to keep hidden. The commander posted his 2 soldiers with Matt at the door of that room and himself left for the Red Queen's chamber with Alice, Spence and the rest of the soldiers. Meanwhile, when Alice peeped inside a box present there, a strange creature was imprisoned inside it. Some experiment was being done on that creature by injecting some chemicals inside it. Due to those chemicals, it was in a sleeping state. Seeing this, Alice got scared. Meanwhile, the commander moved forward with Alice and the others. In a short while, they reached the control room of the hive. There was a corridor in front of that control room. The Red Queen's chamber could be reached only through that corridor. Her technician immediately hacked the computer and opened the doors of both that corridor and the Red Queen's chamber. After that, the commander along with his other companions started going towards the Red Queen's chamber through the corridor, but then the Red Queen closed the doors of her chamber and corridor again and trapped them in the middle. The Red Queen had understood that the soldiers were coming to stop her, so she activated her defense system there, after which a laser started coming towards those soldiers. Before the soldiers could try to escape from that laser, the laser took the shape of a grid and cut all the soldiers into pieces. By the time the technician opened the doors of the corridor and chamber again, there was a pile of dead bodies of his companions in the corridor. Seeing them, the technician got very scared, but despite this, he was adamant on completing his mission. Alice also supported him. Both of them entered the Red Queen's chamber. The technician immediately took out the Red Queen's computer and put it in the chamber. He started shutting down the hive. Meanwhile, a hologram of a little girl appeared in front of them. That hologram was the real girl, the Red Queen. The Red Queen told Alice and the technician that if you shut me down, there will be a flood of death here. But the technician did not listen to her and shut it down. As soon as the Red Queen shut down, the power of the entire hive went off, due to which all the doors of the hive opened. Along with that, the flow of chemicals being given to the creature in that mechanical box also stopped. Due to the power outage, emergency lights were lit in the entire hive. The other O soldiers were still stationed at the door with Matt. Meanwhile, they heard some noise from somewhere. A soldier named Rand became alert and went towards that sound. Then she saw a woman there who looked very sick. Rand extended a helping hand towards that woman, but then that woman inserted her teeth in Rand's hands and started trying to kill her. In this struggle, Rand's partner came there and killed that woman and threw her away. The key of Matt's handcuffs fell from Rand's finger, which Matt saw, but the soldiers did not notice the key. Their attention was only on that woman who had become more dangerous now and started moving towards them growling. Seeing this, Rain immediately riddled her with bullets. Hearing the sound of bullets, Alice, Spence and technician also came there. The technician told his companions that the rest of their companions have been killed. Then he saw that the body of the woman whom he had killed had now disappeared from there. The very next moment he heard a sound coming from somewhere. Along with that sound, a lot of terrifying people, some of whom had broken legs and some had half of their head missing, they were continuously moving towards them like a living corpse. Then suddenly the same dangerous woman attacked Rain again, but this time Rain broke her neck, due to which the woman did not get up again. After that they started firing bullets on those living corpses, but despite being shot, those people got up again and started coming closer to them like death. Rain started attacking them, firing bullets indiscriminately. She started running towards the door with everyone, but then her bullets also made a hole in the mechanical boxes present there, due to which the gas present inside it started leaking and one box exploded with a bang. Due to the shock of that explosion, Alice and Matt flew away and fell. As soon as Alice got the shock, she again started remembering some old incident in which she was doing some secret deal with a girl. However, Alice did not remember anything about the deal between that girl and them. On the other hand, Matt had got the key of the handcuffs. He somehow opened his handcuffs, but by then he was surrounded by those living corpses. Those dreaded people were about to kill him, but at the last moment Alive saved him. But now Alice and Matt had got separated from the rest. Seeing the danger, Spence and the rest of the soldiers ran back towards the control room. As soon as they left from there, suddenly that terrible creature present in that box woke up and came out of the box. On the other hand, Alice and Matt were moving forward searching for their companions when Matt disappeared from Alice's sight. Alice started searching for him and kept wandering. She came to the room where the dog's cage was kept. She saw that all the cages there were empty. Just then Alice heard a sound, and with that sound a terrifying dog appeared in front of her. That dog had also become a living corpse. The next moment, the dog started attacking Alice. Suddenly, Alice kicked the dog hard and broke its neck. Alice, who was a security officer, was slowly remembering her training. On the other hand, Matt had reached an office hiding from Alice and was investigating something there. Just then, he saw a girl's photo. Seeing this, Matt became emotional. Then, from somewhere, the same girl came walking towards him. Seeing her, Matt's face lit up, but the very next moment that girl attacked Matt. That girl had also become a living corpse like the others. She was about to bite Matt when Alice arrived there and broke the head of that girl and put her to eternal sleep. At that very moment Alice saw that this was the same girl with whom Alice had made a secret deal. Alice asked Matt who was this girl. On this Matt told her that this was my sister. Actually Matt was not a policeman, but he had come to the hive to find his sister by making a fake ID. Matt and his sister were social workers and worked for a social organization. Their organization was strongly against the Umbrella Corporation and their illegal experiments. They had come to know that the Umbrella Corporation was making a dangerous virus called the T-virus. That is why Matt had sent his sister to work in the hive so that she could steal the sample of the T-virus being made in the hive. After knowing this, Alice asked Matt how his sister could steal the sample of the virus. On this Matt told that my sister had made a deal with someone working in the hive who knew all the security codes of the hive. That person was going to steal that sample and give it to my sister. Although I don't know who he was, but he cheated my sister. Instead of giving that sample to my sister, he kept it with himself. Maybe he wanted to sell that sample in the black market because the price of that dangerous T-virus is in crores in the black market. Hearing this Alice kept quiet. She started suspecting that the deal she had made with Matt's sister was for the T-virus only. Maybe he had cheated Matt's sister. However, even after putting full pressure on her mind, Alice could not remember that deal properly. Meanwhile, those living dead bodies again started chasing Alice and Matt. Both of them ran away to save their lives and reached back to the control room of the Red Queen, where they found the rest of the people as well, but now they were surrounded by those living dead bodies from all sides. Seeing the danger, Spence said that we should wait here, maybe someone will come to save us. On this Spence said he told them that no one will come to save us because after an hour this hive is going to be completely sealed. If we do not come out before that, we will be trapped here forever. On hearing this, Alice went straight to the Red Queen's chamber because she had an idea that the Red Queen would definitely know some way to get out of here. She restarted the Red Queen with the help of the technician and set it in such a way that even if the Red Queen tries to kill them, they can destroy it forever by pressing a button on the remote. As soon as the Red Queen started, Rand angrily asked her what had happened here and how are those dead people coming back to life. On this, the Red Queen told him through the speaker that even after death, the human brain continues to function for months with a little electrical charge. Their nails and hair keep growing and new cells keep forming in the body. Although this process is very slow, but our recently invented T-virus speeds up this process by increasing that electrical charge, due to which those dead people come back to life and turn into zombies. Those zombies have the ability to think and move. They do not have the ability to understand, they only remember the thing which is most important for survival, and that is to fill their stomach. We were using these properties of the T-virus to make bioweapons for the military, but that virus somehow leaked and spread through the ventilation in the entire hive, due to which all the people present here got affected by the virus. That's why I immediately killed all the people present here so that the virus could not go out of the hive through them, but this T-virus brought those dead people back to life. Hearing this, Run asked how those zombies can be killed. Red Queen told that they can be killed by destroying their brains or breaking their necks. But if the zombies affected by this virus bite someone or even dig their nails on someone, then he will also turn into a zombie like them. And I know that some of you have been affected by zombies, so I cannot let any of you go out of here." Hearing this, Run got scared because she was also bitten by zombies. Alice threatened Red Queen and said that if you do not tell us the safe way to get out of here, then we will destroy you forever. On such threats from Alice, Red Queen told them the way out of a tunnel. Soon all of them became alert and started moving forward on that path, but unfortunately, in that tunnel also a lot of zombies surrounded them. To save their lives, they quickly climbed the pipe above and started moving forward upwards. The rest of the people reached a safe place, but that pipe broke before the technician could reach there, due to which the technician fell among the zombies. The zombies caught hold of him and started biting and scratching him, but then Alice fired bullets at the zombies and drove them away from the technician. As soon as he got the chance, the technician again climbed the pipe, but now he too was affected by the virus and was far away from the rest of the people. There was only one bullet left in his gun before he too became a zombie. He decided to shoot himself and asked the rest of the people to save their lives and run away from there. Hearing this, Alice and the rest of the people had to leave from there even though they did not want to. Then they heard the sound of a gunshot, from which they understood that the technician had shot himself, but in reality the technician had not shot himself but a zombie and somehow escaped from those zombies. On the other hand, Alice had reached the lab with the rest of the people, but now the condition of the zombie was getting worse. Due to the effect of the infection, she was slowly turning into a zombie. Meanwhile, seeing that lab, Alice remembered some more things. She remembered that the scientist had made two types of chemicals, in which the blue chemical was the T-virus and the green chemical was the cure for the T-virus, i.e. the antivirus. Alice told the others that if we get the antivirus, we can cure Run with it. I know that both those chemicals were kept in this lab. Hearing this from Alice, Matt asked, "How do you know that those chemicals were kept in this lab?" Alice said, "Because I was the one who was going to steal that T-virus. It was me who had made a deal with your sister that I will steal the T-virus and give it to her. I remember this, but I don't remember what happened after that." Saying this, Alice went towards the chamber where the chemicals were kept. She kept her gun on the table, and when she peeped inside the chamber, the T-virus and the antivirus were missing from there. Meanwhile, Spence came inside. Seeing that lab, he also started remembering some past things. He remembered that some deal was going on between Alice and Matt's sister, and he was secretly listening to them. He heard that Alice was also involved in the illegal activities of the Umbrella Corporation. She was against the T-virus, so she promised Matt's sister that she would steal the sample of T-virus for her, in return for which Alice wanted to destroy their organization Umbrella Corporation. After listening to their talk, Spence got an idea that if he steals the T-virus before Alice, he can earn crores of rupees by selling it in the black market. Before Alice could steal the T-virus, Spence himself entered the hive to steal the T-virus. It was Spence who had stolen all the T-viruses and antiviruses, and to hide his theft, he deliberately broke a vial of a virus in the lab itself so that all the people there would be killed and no one would notice his theft. Meanwhile, Alice thought that like her, Spence also knew all the security codes of the hive, and apart from Alice, only Spence could steal the T-virus. As soon as she felt threatened by Spence, Alice moved towards the gun, but before that Spence picked up the gun and pointed it at Alice. Spence told Alice that I know where the virus and antivirus are right now, I will kill them. I had stolen it and boarded a train to escape from the hive, but when the Red Queen activated the defense systems, the nerve gas spread in the train as well, which made me unconscious. Spence was telling this when a zombie came out of the water and sunk its teeth into Spence's neck. But Spence shot and killed it and locked the other people in that room and ran towards the train. Alice and Matt were frightened by the fact that if Spence sold the T-virus to the wrong hands, the world could be in danger. But then they heard a voice. It will not happen. That voice was of Red Queen. Along with this, Red Queen showed them the live footage of a room. They saw that Spence had got his box of virus and antivirus. It was in effect, so he took out the injection of antivirus. But before he could apply it on his hand, that terrible creature attacked him and started eating him by tearing him apart. Seeing that terrible creature, Alice asked Red Queen, "What is this creature?" After all, on this Red Queen told them that this creature is the result of an old experiment of hive. We call it liquor. To make it we had directly injected the T-virus in a human, due to which it also turned into a zombie in the beginning. After that we were slowly developing it by keeping it in a mechanical box. But now it has absorbed Spence's DNA by eating his fresh flesh, so now it will mutate and become more fast, powerful and dangerous. Knowing that liquor is waiting for them outside, a shiver of fear ran inside them. But the trouble was not only this, but now it will be destroyed in just 20 minutes. The hive was about to be sealed, and it was difficult to get out of the place where they were imprisoned because that room could be opened only with a 4-digit password. When they asked the Red Queen for the password of that room, the Red Queen said that I can tell you the password on one condition only. for this you will have to kill Run because her infection has increased to such an extent that now I don't think she will be able to recover even with the antivirus, so I will not let her go out with you under any circumstances. On this, Alice and Matt refused to kill Run and started thinking of some other way to get out. Then suddenly the power of the entire hive went off automatically and all the doors of the hive opened. Meanwhile, the technician came inside from the door. They were surprised to see the technician alive. The technician told them that the Red Queen was never going to open the door, so I closed the Red Queen forever with the remote. After this, they immediately ran from there and came towards the train. They saw that Spence's dead body was lying in the train and he had disappeared from there. Alice immediately picked up the box of T-virus and antivirus. After that they started the train, and they started coming out of the hive with full speed. Meanwhile, Alice and Matt injected the antivirus to Run and the technician. Now they were sure that they would be able to escape from the hive, but then the liquor attacked the train. It injured Matt with its nails and threw the technician out by holding him in its mouth. Seeing this, Alice shot at Run's head, but the bullet could not harm the liquor. The very next moment, the liquor grabbed Alice's legs with its long tongue. It was about to eat it when Alice inserted an iron pipe in its tongue and asked Matt to open the door of the train's base, but unfortunately Matt himself was on the verge of death because the antivirus applied to Run had failed and it was turning into a zombie and was moving towards Matt to kill him. But then Matt shot at its head and freed it from its life. Run hit a button and the door of the train's base also opened, due to which the liquor was dragged on the tracks and killed. In this way, a few minutes before the doors of the hive closed, the train's base door also opened. Seconds ago, Alice and Matt came out from there. They had just reached the bungalow when suddenly Matt's condition started deteriorating. Matt was also affected by the liquor on his nails. Seeing this, Alice was about to inject him with an antivirus when some scientists wearing protective suits arrived there and caught Alice and Matt. They tied Matt to a stretcher. Then they saw that Matt's body had started to mutate and something like tentacles was coming out of his wounds. Seeing this, a scientist said that we will have to immediately send him for the Nemesis experiment. Saying this, some scientists took Matt away from there. The rest of the scientists made Alice unconscious and took her with them for examination. In the medical research facility of Umbrella Corporation, Alice was lying unconscious in a pod filled with liquid. Then a team of doctors woke her up and brought her out of the pod. Alice looked around as if she had just come into the world. This time she had forgotten not only her past but even her tongue. Then a doctor asked Alice. When Alice heard him asking his name, she thought hard and in a few moments she remembered her entire past life. Suddenly her nervousness turned into a smile and she started beating all the doctors mercilessly. Seeing this, a guard gave Alice an electric shock with a stun gun, but it did not have any effect on Alice. She pulled out the wires of the gun and hit the guard, due to which the guard got shocked and fell down. Alice started leaving the building after injuring all those people badly. Meanwhile, a guard sitting in the security room saw Alice leaving. He immediately informed his entire team about Alice's escape, but the next moment, the guard started seeing Alice on all his monitors. It seemed as if Alice had entered the camera itself. The guard died in agony and Alice left from there smiling. After all, from where did Alice get these amazing powers? And to know what is going to happen to Matt in the Nemesis experiment, do not forget to watch the next part of the film Resident Evil Apocalypse. Friends, many of you are saying that our videos are not reaching you. For that, after pressing the subscribe button, click on the notification bell, and select the option of all so that the notifications of all our videos can reach you. Thank you.